So I'm at the supermarket and I've got my two girls with me, and today I want to show them how they can take a lemonade stand and learn big principles in business like real estate. Like, can you actually figure out how to take a lemonade stand and the success that you're having with it and learn how to make tens of thousands of dollars in the game of real estate? It's not that different of a game. Okay, check it out. Okay, this is 32 servings. A serving is 8 fluid ounces. So this is $3.79. Yeah, because this is enough to do 100 glasses.
Okay.
This is perfect. Now, do you want to make it special? Like, do you want to add some lime to it?
Lime.
Or like lemon to lemon?
Let's do lime.
You want to do lime? Mix it up, make it a little special. Maybe we should actually put like actual cut up limes and lemons in it. So let's go to the fruit aisle. Do you guys know how to pick out good limes?
Good lime.
I'm thinking that if we add some limes and some real lemons to this, that lemonade is gonna look a lot more legit than good old fashioned country time. All of this together is $15.
$15.
Now $15 is gonna get us 100 cups. How much do you think you're gonna sell a cup of lemonade for? When you were doing your last lemonade stand, were you selling a cup for $1?
50 cents.
Even 50 cents? What did you average? Well, let's say we do it for 50 cents. If we sell 100 cups
So I got 30 bucks.
and we get 50 cents on each one, that's $50. But this costs $15. Now with tips, it came up to $1 a glass. So this is $100, but it only costs us 15. So $100 minus 15 of expenses is how much? 85. So I want to ask you a question. Do you think it's a good idea to spend $15 and trade it for $85? But even if you have to work a couple hours to sell it, is it worth it? I think it's totally worth it. High five, let's do this, shall we? Okay, now by the way, if you like trading $15 for $100, do you think it would be cool if you could trade $5,000 for $100,000? That'd be cool. I'm gonna show you how. Let's go. So here's what I wanna do. Do you know any grown-ups that do lemonade stand for a living?
No.
It kind of seems like it's a business for who?
Little kids.
For little kids, right? Now, have you done a lemonade stand before?
Yeah.
How much money did you make last summer?
30 bucks.
You made $30 in how much time?
Maybe like 2 hours.
In 2 hours? Awesome. And how much did the supplies cost?
Maybe around 10 bucks.
Did you have to pay for them?
Yeah.
So it came out of Grandma's pantry. This is very good. So what I want to do is I want to share with you how grown-ups do lemonade stands in the real world, okay? So first of all, to make a lemonade stand work, we're gonna write lemonade. Am I spelling it the right way? No, I think it's ADE, right?
No, it's 8.
Like that?
Yeah.
We'll go with it. Okay, so the first rule is that you need money. Why do you need money?
To pay for the supplies.
Yeah, so what are the supplies that we got?
We got the lemons.
Lemons,
the
limes,
And
The lime juice.
the lime juice, and we got some powder. And we're gonna make some fancy lemonade, right? Now, in our case, we bought all of that lemonade material for $15. Now, of course, you need posters, put some chairs and a table out.
We probably already have that stuff though.
But once you do that, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the money that you invested and then you're gonna sell the lemonade for what? More or less?
More.
You're gonna sell it for more. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna produce a profit just by you buy low and you sell. This is a new phrase for you. Yes, high. You
Buy low, sell high.
you buy low, you sell high. So in the real world, people are buying low, selling high all the time, and they need money to be able to do this. And so if we do this lemonade stand and you sell 100 cups at $1, you're gonna make $100, you're gonna pay back the 15, and what's gonna be left? $85. And if the two of you do it together, you can split it and you'll each be up 40 bucks. Who thinks it's pretty awesome?
Me.
High five. Now, how many of you think $40 is a lot of money?
It's a start.
It's a start, right? But let me ask you, what if you could do almost the same thing and each make $40,000?
And that's a lot.
Is that a lot of money?
Yes.
Did you know that the average person in America makes about $44,000 a year? But I can show you how to do it on just one lemonade stand. Except it's not lemonade. I want to show you what it is. Come here. Come look down the valley. It's starting to light up. Okay, come look down the valley. What do you see?
Houses.
All of those lights, they belong to houses. And the average person, right now there's like 380 million people that live in the country of America. And something that everyone shares in common all around the world is that they need a place to live. They need a place to live. Like right now we have a roof. So we have a roof and all the roofs look different, but a house, a business of houses is kind of like a business of lemonade stands, except you don't make $40, you can make $40,000. Want to see how? Yeah. Come have a seat. Let me show you. So on the left we wrote lemonade. On the right we're going to write real estate. Now what a funny word. Do you know what it means?
Houses?
It's real, and estate means property. It means land. And what I love about real estate is that it is
Real.
It is real, okay? So you can see it, you can touch it, you can, just like lemonades. Now, there's one more thing that you're gonna need to make a lot of money in real estate. The first thing that you are going to need is money, but you're not gonna need $15. I'm gonna show you an example where you need $5,000. So this is 1,000. This is 2,000, just in ones. This is 3,000. This is 4,000. And in my closet, I have another 5,000, okay? So go ahead and put that up between you. So you can each hold some of that. There, that's yours, Liz. Okay? Now, with less than what you're holding right here, what I did is I bought a house. But you can't buy a house for $5,000. The reality is the house I bought was for a little bit more than $100,000. So the question is, wait a second. When I buy lemonades, if I pay $15, I get everything I need for lemonades. But in real estate, you don't have to have $100,000 to buy a $100,000 house. You can do it with $5,000. For example, when you grow up and you have a job and you start getting some money coming in, once you have a job for 2 years, you can go to the bank and the bank will say, we'll let you come in the house for a small amount of money. Technically, it's 3%. A small amount of money. So what you had that made it possible was number 2, it was leverage or leverage. Can you guys say leverage?
Leverage.
Okay, what's leverage?
Going up.
Leverage, so it comes from like lever.
Lets you go up and down.
So when you think of like a really big gate, Olivia, look at me. When you think of a really big gate, if it's really big, the longer the gate, the easier it is to shut because it has a long lever, it has a long arm. So there's different forms of leverage. With real estate, leverage is the bank. The bank says, we'll give you most of the money so you can have the house, and we just need you to give us a little bit of money. With a lemonade stand, you also had some leverage because you raided Grandma's pantry. Right? You raided her pantry, then you sold it, a bunch of stuff from the pantry, but then you paid her back, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Then the third thing that you need to do is, do you remember how we talked about buy low, sell?
High.
What was it, Livia? Buy low, sell high to produce, what's this word?
Profit.
A profit. And what does profit mean?
Money.
Profit means that you made money because you sell it for more. So the house that I bought, guess how much I sold it for? I sold that house for $165,000 after I lived in it for years and then rented it and got paid a lot of money. Every month there was a lot of leftover money.
Is that our old house?
You don't even remember that house.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one. So that house right here that I sold for $165,000, now look at it. I bought it for 100-ish. When I sold it for $165,000, how much is there a difference? 65, Livia, $65,000 plus the rent that I made on it. And in total, it was closer to $80,000.
Oh, that's
Now, if the two of you did a deal together, then and you took 80,000 and you split it in half, how much would you each get back? 40,000. Look at how much you're each holding. You're each holding $2,000. Would you trade $2,000 for $40,000? Would you trade $15 of lemonade for $100 of sold lemonade? Totally, right? So I want to ask you one final question. What is the difference between selling lemonade and selling real estate?
One is smaller and less money.
This is smaller and less money, absolutely. What else? Do you think one's easier than the other? Well, lemonade's going to be a little easier than real estate. It's going to be more simple. But you want to know what the biggest difference is? Courage. The courage, real estate takes courage because it has extra zeros. Look at how many zeros there are right here. Watch, there's 2 digits here. 1, 5, $15. That 1, 5 goes here and here. But look, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 6 digits. This means where in here we made an $85 profit, and over here we made an $80,000 profit. What's the difference? The number of zeros. So, in truth, for when you become a grown-up, what I'm going to help you with is that real estate and lemonade, they look really different, but the principles are actually, they're very simple. They're very similar, and it's all about you learning how to feel comfortable with this, with money. Now, one last thing I want to share with you. Money is a stewardship. It's a what? Okay, what's stewardship? So stewardship means how good you are at taking care of it. So if someone has a pile of money, do you know what some people will do with it? You tell me, what will people do with it? They'll spend it on things that waste. They'll consume it. They'll eat it. They'll spend it on rent. And in the end, they don't have anything left. So the question is, if you only needed $5,000 to make $80,000 in real estate, how are you going to get $5,000?
From a bank.
From saving it. So you save it so that you can invest it. So remember, there's a difference between spend and invest. Go ahead.
Investing is to make more money from the money you have.
And what's spending?
Spending is just spending,
So it's like,
buying things.
imagine that I can either take this money and I can eat it, and when I spend it, I have nothing left. And when I'm done pooping it out, it goes in the waste can because I can't do anything with it. It's gone. But if I take it, instead of spending it on cars and food and stuff, if I take as much as possible and I invest it in a house or my lemonade stand, then now my money is working for who?
You.
It's working for me. So the question is, do you want to work for money or do you want money to work for you?
Well, money is worth it.
Yeah, there's 2 types of people in this world, girls. I want you to know this. There are those that are a slave to money, which means they have to work for it. And there are those who make money a slave to them because they make it work for them. Which do you want to be?
Second.
Yeah, you want to make that money work for who? Say, I make that money work for me.
I'll make that money work.
No, a little more sass. I make that money work for me.
I'll make that money for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, we're talking about lemonades, but we're also talking about what?
Real estate.
We're talking about real estate. And real estate is a fantastic way to get yourself really where you want to go in life. Friends, it's so important that if you have young children that you're teaching them the proper principles of money. And if you were never taught yourself, click the link in the description below because guess what? You now have a teacher and a mentor that will help you get your first properties, set you straight, help you make your first $1 million so that you can live a life with a lot more freedom and residual income. Take care.